Hi, it's not my name, but you can call me Bob. Welcome to my channel. Put together that first, actually, I think it was 2.5 hours roughly of kitchen updates. And the first part I put out, I had planned on putting out three different videos of about 40 minutes each. And that first one I think ended up being like 44 minutes. I'm gonna just do this a two-part. I'm gonna edit down all the updates from part two. If you recall, got a little redundant with a lot of things I was saying. It was because it was shot over time. So a lot of stuff I've been picking away at things. So it took 2.5, 3 months to get the kitchen to where it is right now. Simply because I would do some major thing and then go do something else elsewhere and then come back and do. So that's why I repeated myself, because I simply forgot that I mentioned stuff before. I don't know how many times I talked about the warming drawer that's still not installed, and I'll get to. But I've got my daughter visiting here. I know it's been a couple, 3 weeks since I posted. There's been some significant things that occurred, so that's why I haven't finished off putting up that's the second video. So I am gonna edit down quite a bit, hopefully. I'll probably keep it around 40, 45 minutes, but that'll be better than the hour and 20 that I had before. I think that's about it. Again, welcome to my channel, and it's not my name, but you can call me Bob.
Bye.
And say hello to Kira. Okay, a little kitchen update. Big dog's barking, and I'll probably start in on the center island this weekend. I am missing one cabinet that I decided I want to frame out the range with. Right now I've got these two 30 inches that are going to be back to back essentially. This will be on one side of the range, and I think I'll get that's a 15 inch. I think I'll get a 12 inch on the other side, so that the island will be set a little bit deeper into the kitchen. Not much, but a little bit deeper too, so the range lines up with the overhead fan. There's no changing the location of that unless I put a nice little kink in the range hood pipe there. I still need to go through and clean this bad boy up. It is pretty filthy. It needs a nice swabbing down. Everything does work on it. I'll probably replace these little fluorescent bulbs. I'm sure they make LEDs like these as replacements, because that's a little wacky for me. Couple things I haven't bought yet. I haven't bought any of the stain, and I need to get toe kicks all the way around. Not for the dishwasher, but all the way around here. So I'm probably looking about 3 nice 8-foot lengths of toe kick. I did just tack this on the top. It's not tacked on the bottom down here. But I need to cut out a little piece there where the toe kick would go, and I need to probably get some shoe, or probably just quarter round and do the corner here, and I'll probably end up the corner on the opposite side too, because I'm not sure I like that. One thing I've considered, so you can see there's a nice little gap even pressed up against the wall. I'm hoping and it looks like it was patched. Must have taken quite a bit of divot out there with something, as they probably broke out or did the destruction removal of the old kitchen. But I think what I want to do is do a backsplash. Let me grab my little handy level, since I'm not going to be able to pull out the tape measure very easily. So we're looking at, what about 14 inches to clear where the outlets and the switch is over there. So maybe 15 inches to be on the safe side. And what I was thinking about doing is the base cabinets are going to be frost wrought white. Almost forgot, little mini update here. So if you recall, I decided to cut this edge off because I thought I was going to need 24 inches. Nope. That's why you should always read the tech specs to begin with. RTFM rules again. So I ended up having to glue, nail, and put a little bit of patching compound on there. So lesson learned. I do have the specs on my desktop, and I just wrote some quick notes on what the openings need to be precisely, so I can frame that out and frame this out. Oh, actually, I don't think this is going to be framed out. It looks like the dishwasher will slide in there like a glove the way I have it right now. So, and I don't care about a little white line. Once I sand that, that's all that will remain. And when I go frost white, it's gonna turn invisible. So that's where I am for now. Time to do some adjusting. Looks like that got a little off center. Talk to you later. Another little update, framing out the wall oven opening. Yeah, I know I'm using pine. The oak was outrageous, and I'm not 100% confident in my measurements and building skills, so I don't feel bad about ruining some pine. Plus, I think once I have the stain on there, you won't be able to tell the difference. It is a little softer, but it's a pretty good, it's a select grade of pine. So hopefully it takes the stain and the seal and all that stuff pretty well. I'm going to fix all the cracks. I put a piece on here. So it is like a 1/16 of an inch bigger than required by the installation instructions. I did buy a little Kreg jig. I think I'll have to go buy a C-clamp vice grip, but this has been working pretty well. That's how I attached the one over there, was using the Kreg jig and the screws for that and a little bit of glue. So I did have to rip this lengthwise to get it to fit there. The board was just a touch too big. Big Dog has not been helping me tonight. He heard me start talking, and of course he wanted to be on video, so he came running. So I'm gonna finish out. It's dark out there. All right, little update. So I went through, actually spent a couple hours effing off today. Went to the store, bought a whole bunch of different tools for doing stuff with this, and bought some boards so I can put these up a little bit, frame them out. But I did the pre-stain. You got to be in the picture, don't you? Did the pre-stain on just these cabinets here. You can see where I stopped, and with the drawers too. Not sure if that's going to dry clear. I don't think I've ever used a pre-stain before, but we'll see how it works. Wood conditioner, I just brushed it on, let it sit for about 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then I wiped it off with a clean rag so that there wasn't any excess puddling anywhere. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna call it a night. I don't even know what time it is, but I'm gonna finish this in the morning. Hopefully I got some more energy then too. And my sister and my mom are coming over tomorrow. My sister's I'm gonna put her to work staining. So the stain I got was a frost white. Actually, I'm not gonna show it now, but frost white. Should be able to see a lot of the wood grain through it. I like seeing wood, but I hope it turns out good. You can see I sanded quite a bit, at least around where the wall oven's gonna go. Hopefully the frost white semi-transparent stain will hide that very well. You can see the pile of dust. I will probably let that dry, as I said, and then maybe I'll even do a light sand in the morning, because I think it said on the directions it sort of raises the wood grain. So unfortunately, I think the most I have is 220 and 240. I would have liked to do about a 320, but supply chain issues, they were all out. Anyway, that's it for now. Have a good night. Okay, in progress review. The big dog just left. He didn't want to listen to this one. I've got my sister putting white frost semi-transparent stain on the cabinets. I've got my mother supervising. So I just mostly got the island in. As I mentioned, gonna have it hang off. I was gonna do 20 inches, but I'm thinking now 18, so that's 18 inches overhang. And of course that's gonna be cut off essentially where the level is. So gonna have to biscuit together 3 pieces. There'll be another long piece here and a middle piece, and then the range is going there. This is what the white frost looks like. So not quite completely white, not oak, not maple, white frost. I'm digging it. I think once we, and you gotta get moving along a little faster there, sis. Once I get this all up and done, put a coat of polyacrylic. I don't think you're even gonna put, you don't think we should put a second coat on here? No. Yeah, just one coat and a clear coat, and I think we're done. So everything's attached together. There is, except for that piece there, because all the power's underneath. So that will come later. This drawer is gonna be under, I'm sort of calling it my gun drawer right now. So it's a little hidden underneath the countertop. But cabinets, good to go. That's it for now. Okay, update Sunday. Got a shift change. My oldest brother's here staining. So it's Sunday, not quite yet lunchtime. Put a coat of polyacrylic. I painted this by hand with a brush up until I think around here. And then it was killing me, so I broke out the spray gun and went to town with the spray gun, and then just evened it out with the paintbrush. So one coat on there. I think that's all I'm gonna do for now, unless I can talk my little sister into coming out and putting a second, even a third coat on. Island is coming along. We've got 1, 2, and I guess finishing up the third side there. Got some drawers and some cabinet faces, but I'm about to go do some grocery shopping. I'm in the midst of doing some laundry too. Big dog's really tired and has crashed out. That's it for now. Okay, me and the union labor is on break right now. We just fitted out some butcher block countertops. So this morning got all the handles installed. I put one coat of polyacrylic on the island, and just got all the butcher block cut to size, cut to fit. The next step is the glue up. I think I'm gonna put biscuits in. I know there's pros and cons to all of that, but I think it might help a little bit with a couple of the spots where there's some unevenness, but here's what it's looking like so far. And like I said, the counters are gonna go coffee colored to match the window frames as much as possible. There we go. Okay, time for a kitchen update. Got the countertops in, mixed some glue with some sawdust and filled in some of the seams there. It's all drying. I did biscuit in. I put 3 biscuits in each edge, except for the far edge here. there was, as a tight fit as it is, I just was able to get one in the middle and get that closed up. All right, another update. So the non-union contractor, also AKA my big brother, cut out the kitchen sink this morning. We did multiple times of measuring, figuring before we actually cut it out. Just finishing up putting the pre-stain coat on. Let that dry, and then it's time for the gel coat. So wipe that down, let it dry, then it's gel coat time. And then got to repeat the process when we do the island. So at least the base is done for now, but got to cut out, fit, all that good stuff for the island as well. That's it for now. All right, a little update. This is after the first coat of gel stain. You notice it's a little darker on the seam because apparently I didn't wipe the glue off good enough, and it was actually lighter there. So I think once I put a second coat on and wipe it, it may blend in. But here's what it's looking like so far with one coat. Not bad. I think the color goes well with the frost white cabinets. Not quite as dark as the window frames, but maybe the second coat will get it a little bit darker. I'm actually happy with this, but second coat will probably make it a little darker and even it out a little bit more. Like I said, did pre-stain, and that probably helped a lot with this butcher block. And the gel stain is supposed to be a little bit smoother going on than using regular stain. So it seems to be the case in most instances, except for where some of the glue was. Well, that's it for now. Okay, a little bit of update. We got a second coat of the coffee gel stain on there. So that's essentially what it's gonna look like, except for that black or the painter's tape up on the wall. I gotta touch up some of the white on the wall. Not gonna put a backsplash here actually. Just gonna caulk between the cabinet and the wall once this gets screwed down or screwed up from below, so it's nice and tight on there on the cabinets. But here's what it's looking like so far, and I think I like it. I think the frost white with the coffee, and it's not quite as dark as the window frames, but you know what? I'm digging it. I'm actually gonna put polyacrylic. I'm gonna put 3 coats on there, make it nice and hard. I know it's not probably food safe, but you know what? I'm gonna have some extra butcher block. I'm going to make some cutting boards, and pretty simple, straightforward cutting boards. I will use the cutting board oil or the vegetable mineral oil or whatever on those. Let quite a few coats on that, and use those in periodic, some scattered locations on the counter. So I took the butcher block off the island just so I could clean up in here. It was a lot of sawdust, a lot of crap on the floor, so vacuumed all that up. I'm still debating, do I put some toe kick all the way across down there? You can see I put toe kick, and there's no toe kick area there, so I blocked it out and tacked that in. And I think what I'm gonna do too is extend these down all the way to the ground, so I'll have to probably make those. Somebody has to come and help. Whenever I'm on camera, he's gotta be in frame, right, buddy? Can you back off a little bit? No? But I'm debating whether maybe I put some quarter round on the, maybe just 1/2 inch on the base of the cabinets too, on the floor going around. And I was gonna cut these out, but I think I'm going to leave them there. I haven't put any toe kick here or on the other side. And this one is sitting for this area here. So once I get this attached, if you recall, the power is underneath there. That's all got to be done still. So once I get the power in, I can, and get my appliances in. Once I get the power up and running though here, especially on the center island, which hopefully is this week at the latest next week, I will attach this all in and begin building the center island top. I've got 2 pieces here ready to go. My crazy dining room area, so haven't gotten to this yet. Will not be next. That will be the next room after this one is the master bedroom. Okay, little update. How's it going, big dog? He watched me do this whole thing. I just put a 3rd coat of polyacrylic on the butcher block. As I was saying, I got this tiled amongst what they had there available. There was a lot of design patterns. I couldn't go geometric. That meant a lot of cutting. As it is, I will have to cut 1 tile or 1/2 a tile, 5 inches on the ends here. In that corner, where the 2 corners meet there, the 2 corners meet there, that corner, and depending on what I do here, a couple more, if not more, to go up 18 inches if I go the whole back wall. So I'm digging this. They had a really nice mosaic blue, but that I really liked. I'll add a picture of it right now, but so you could see what I'm talking about. But I could just see putting that on, the splash of blue throughout, 5 inches up, and maybe as a backsplash here on the sink. But I could see, a year from now going, you know what, that was a bad decision. So I'm just going pretty, it's frost white glass, and I did frost white cabinets. So I think it sort of blends in. It goes right into the wall. It's not flashy. It's not too cheesy. I like it. I'm not a big fan of glass tile at times, but I'm sort of digging this. So that's what I'm going with. That's it for now. I almost forgot. One of the main reasons I went back up to Southeastern Salvage this morning was got all this stuff in here, the island, and I realized that I had nowhere for a garbage can. Once the fridge goes in there, and I was gonna put a beverage fridge or a wine fridge, but I think what I'm gonna do now is, so I went and got this 24-inch cabinet, and it's very similar to this 27-inch cabinet. It just opens up. There's a shelf in there, as you can see. I think what I'm gonna do is put this in the corner there, and I'm going to rebuild it so with a handle that it rolls out for trash and recycling. And I'll put butcher block on top of it. There is an outlet there, so I will put butcher block just to match the rest of the counters on top of there. And maybe some shelves going up, some floating shelves going up. So this is on top will be my coffee bar. So I'll have my coffee maker, my espresso machine, all the coffee stuff in the drawer and on the shelves, and trash and recycling below. That's pull out, and the fridge will be right here. But I completely forgot about that when building this place. I guess I could have used one of these cabinets, but it's right next to the range, so I didn't want to do that. When I was up at Southeastern Salvage, that they're out of this butcher block, I wanted to buy one more sheet so that I could put shelves on these windows. This one's going, oriented the wrong way. It was a scrap piece, but as you can see there, the windows will clear those shelves. So I wanted to put those there, have them stick out a couple inches over the countertop, but I guess that's not to be for now, which is why I was looking at doing about 5-inch high backsplash here so that it would go over the little tile work. So these are just 3 full tiles that are laid down and interlocked. And you can see I'm holding them down with the board. That's it. It's cut out, but it is not sanded. It is not joined together. It is, and of course, not stained or sealed. But it's there. Oh, by the way. Okay, a little out of breath, a little mini update. Been doing a bunch of little things, but got the butcher block all cut up, all glued together. My clamps did not go the width there, so I had to improvise. There is a little bit of a seam, 1, 2, 3 of them. I filled those. I went to Harbor Freight and bought a little cheap hand planer and just evened them up a little bit, actually quite a bit. And with the exception is down here, there's still a little bit of a gap. But I'm gonna sand like crazy. I'm gonna start with a coarse grit on the seams, probably about 120, 220 otherwise, and I'll work my way up to 220 all around. I've used the range twice. I cooked up some spaghetti Friday night. Saturday, went to the game, and I just baked a pizza in there for lunch. Still have some electrician come to visit. Gonna put an outlet right here, another outlet right here. I am going to, and I don't know if I'll get to this tonight, but these 2 drawers are gone. Actually, that's where the central, the power is run in. One is gonna be for a warming drawer that I'm gonna put here. Do a little bit of modification. It's 8.5 inches, the entry needs to be, so roughly around there from the top here. So take the cabinets off, cut through here, and reuse the cabinet door. Buddy, can I have some room here? There you go. Reuse the cabinet doors. I'll modify them somehow, but I may, the shelf can stay, and in fact, I think it's going to be a critical part of the support for the warming drawer. So, little mini update. That's where I am so far. I'm about to do a whole bunch of sanding over here. I think I'm going to do a whole bunch of sanding. Somebody won't leave me alone today. He's very needy today. I left him for a couple hours while I went to the home improvement store and do a little grocery shopping now that I have a full-size fridge and arranged to cook some food in. I'd love to get the sink in, may do that today, but the big dog may not let me. That's it for now. So here's, excuse me, here's what it looks like with a pre-stain on there. Here's after 1 coat of pre-stain, or the only coat of pre-stain, and staining is next. So I forgot where I left off with updates. Just put the 3rd coat on, shiny, a little milky in spots. It'll dry to a satin, very similar to that. I only put 1 coat of stain on there, so you really can't tell the difference, but The outside counter is just a touch darker. My brother put 2 coats of stain on that. But I stained it last night. I put a coat of polyacrylic on it this morning, another one at lunch, and another one just now. Been a big day. But after my last meeting, I ran in here and got the sink installed. So don't have any, the disposal is on, but it's not powered yet, nor is the sewer line hooked up. I'm missing a part. So, and that's just sitting there. But I'm missing a part in order to connect it all together. So I'll pick that up hopefully tomorrow. My brother said he's gonna be coming back out here possibly tomorrow, most likely Wednesday. So a couple days from now. But it's looking okay. I did mess up here in the middle. My pipe clamps are up in Minnesota. So I had to jury rig my other clamps and didn't quite pull it together, nor pull it together flat. So I do have a little bit of a curve in there that I tried to plane down. When this dries, it'll probably be a little bit more noticeable, but there is a touch dip right there in the middle. I'm okay with it. I figure 2 people will sit here instead of 3, sit here comfortably. So that's where I am. I forget what time it is right now, but I think I'm gonna call it a night. Okay, little video update from last night. Little update. I haven't put that back in, so I'm gonna get some aluminum angle to put around the edge inside there. I'll do that today or this afternoon. Got this cleaned up as much as I could. Let me not point into the sun. I got this cleaned up. I will probably scrub it periodically. There was some rust on each corner here, and these screens were absolutely filthy. I scrubbed those. You can see they still need some work. I think what I'll do is run them a few times through the dishwasher. I'm not sure what the filter material is in there, but something's better than nothing, right? And that's my washer going off, but looks much cleaner. I'd still prefer to replace those with some LEDs. I ran a dry vac up through there. Still sounds a little sickly, but not too bad. And I just cleaned up in here. I've left the parts that I'm gonna need. That's the oven cable, the water feed for the dishwasher, my under cabinet water filter, and the last 2 to 3 parts. There's another part in here. It's a magnet that goes around the throat. I think that's to, if you drop a spoon or a knife or a utensil, that it gets stuck on the magnet versus going down. But I got the sink installed last night. Still need to go out and get the appropriate parts for the drain system. I need a couple different things. I may just buy a new P-trap. And that's where I am right now. Okay, little video update. Actually stained the underside, so got to redo that to get the right side. It's for this cabinet that's going to be here in the corner. It's gonna be a little coffee area, espresso, all sorts of good stuff, fridge there. Got the sink in. Sorry I didn't do the dishes, made some dinner. Still haven't done the dishes, we'll do that later. But new thing is the big dog's locked up in the room right now. My brother got the backsplash in. I came to visit for a couple days. Need to scrub it down pretty good. I've got all the water hooked up. Don't have the disposal. I've got, I put an under water filter. I've got everything else going. The disposal's not hooked up. nor the dishwasher, and still have to do the warming drawer and outlets and stuff over there. All right, so quick update of the kitchen. Had a minor catastrophe there. This was sort of loose here and crawling underneath there and wrestling with trying to get behind the sink and tighten it up, open that up. So got it redone, extra piece in there. Here's the update here. I got this set up. The top has not been polyacrylic, and I ran out of handles. My sisters say they may have some handles, and I built this from scratch. So I think I saw a YouTube video a long time back, and it didn't seem too complicated, but I think I can get two 9-inch wide. I don't have my tape measure here, but I think I can get two 9-inch wide by whatever depth. It's 20 inches deep there, so I think I can get two in there. But it seems to be working fine. That's it for now. Quick update, I have a working kitchen. So Carl, the electricity wizard, just left. My oven was working, still working. Outlets over here are up and running. So I moved the fridge over here. That's where it'll live, next to the coffee bar. That is the actual pot rack. I'll put up some shelves there and start hooking up the coffee maker. I don't know if you can hear that, pretty quiet, but I am running a load of the pots and pans I just bought. So dishwasher hooked up, working, and I didn't wipe off my grubby little fingerprints from installing the oven, but the rotisserie oven is installed as well. So last thing was outlets here and an outlet here so I can install my warming drawer here that's still sitting in the dining room. So beautiful. I am so happy. I'm gonna have to go cook some dinner now, a little late. That's it. All right, putting up the shelves, floating shelves, but as you can see, it is measure 3 times, cut once. I thought I had these all leveled out, and at the last second here before attaching the second bracket, I decided to go ahead and level it out again, and it turned out to be off. I did mark each of the shelves here with a number, so corresponding. So last night I put on a coat of the same color that is on the countertops, but as you can see, I put on a much thicker coat, and it's a little darker. And this morning early, I put on a coat of the polyacrylic. So I'm about to put these up and see how they look. As you probably see here, I marked them out to remove some wood there so that they would sit flush against the wall. But I'm gonna see what they look like without doing that, and see if I can save myself some effort. I did buy a little trim router to go ahead and remove that wood, but we'll see. So all 3 up. That's what the floating shelves are looking like. So I think that'll work for now. All right, little kitchen update. I've got 1 floating shelf up. Need help for the other 2. Just a little too awkward and up a little bit for me to wrestle by myself. So I'll wait till I get some help for that. There's 4 brackets, so it should be strong enough. I've got some motion detector lights underneath here. They only come on when it's dark. So I have 1 there laying and 1 over by the coffee bar. And I put these magnetic little bars on the wall so that I can have my loose knives and utensils up. I got these 3 up. So I didn't install the middle bracket. 160 pounds load capacity. As I think I mentioned in an earlier video, that I guess the point of failure would be the bracket, and I didn't put those in too. I didn't gouge the wood out or whatever you call it in order to recess those in there. And I've got to do some touch up on the stain that I put on there. But I made sure to wipe down the fronts. Big dog's barking at something. And I just wiped down the counters and the countertop. It's pretty sparse in here, but you know what? Over time, I'll get some stuff. What were you barking at, big doggy, huh? What were you barking at? And my clock. So that looks like a pretty big clock. I think I'm loving it. I do like to have a clock on it in the kitchen, just so I can glance and see what time it is when I'm cooking, or roughly how many minutes. I thought about putting it there, but it just seems out of the way. Right there, you can see it from everywhere, including if you're sitting in the right spot in the dining room or the little kitchen nook or whatever you'd call it. But that's it for now. The kitchen, as I said, is looking sparse. I don't think I'm gonna put curtains up. I am really digging all that light coming through there. That with the skylights, I'm really digging it. I would love to put some plants up. I do want to put some some butcher block shelves here on all 3 of those, and I'll probably, a little bit of herb garden or something there, and need to get some color in here because it's looking pretty European right now, and would love to get a little bit of color in here, and a little bit of personality, because right now it's pretty sterile, and I'm still, even after cleaning, I guess I missed that spot over. Yeah, I did, because I had stuff sitting there. That's it for now. A little update, doing some laundry. I need to do some dishes, but I got these LED light sensing. So as soon as I get within about 5-6 feet, they come on. And they only do it at night. During the daytime, they don't come on. So, love them. So one last little update before I close out this video, as I'm stringing all these together. So it probably won't be the final kitchen update. I will probably, once it gets lived in a little bit and some of the finishing stuff I want to do and gets used and moved into, I may do a short video. Definitely when the whole house is complete, whenever that is, years and years from now, I will probably include it as in a whole house update. But that's the kitchen. So I'm under the sink trying to get this sucker installed. My workmate here is just a little too much into my business. We'll see what I can get done with his help. That's right, buddy.
Bye.